Imagine you're 400 feet beneath the ocean's surface, encased in a steel hull. You are the commander. 100 souls aboard trust you with their lives. The information you receive is incomplete, filtered through sonar screens and periscopes. Outside this hull, the pressure is immense, capable of crushing it in an instant. This is the daily reality for a submarine captain, the ultimate high-stakes decision-making environment. How do they consistently make the right call when a single error could be fatal? It's not about superhuman intuition. It's about a robust, deliberate framework. And today, we are uncovering it. For decades, the model of command was simple: leader-follower. The captain gives an order, the crew executes it without question. It's efficient, but it has a critical flaw. It only uses one brain on the ship, the captain's. If the captain is wrong, the ship is wrong. But a revolutionary shift in thinking, championed by former nuclear submarine commander David Marquet, changed everything. He called it intent-based leadership, or the leader-leader model. The goal is not to create followers who obey orders, but to create leaders at every level who understand the mission's intent. Instead of saying, "dive to 200 feet," a captain using this framework would state the intent. We need to position ourselves in the thermal layer to avoid detection. The crew, who are the technical experts on their equipment, then have the control. They don't ask for permission, they state their intention. "Captain, I intend to dive to 200 feet. This small change in language is profound. It pushes authority to where the information is, creating a team of thinkers, not just doers. To understand the weight of these decisions, we must look back to the Cuban Missile Crisis. On October 27, 1962, a Soviet submarine, the B-59, was cornered by the U.S. Navy. The Americans were dropping non-lethal depth charges, trying to force the sub to surface. But deep below, the crew of the B-59 didn't know the depth charges were non-lethal. Their communications were down. The air conditioning was broken. The heat was unbearable. The captain, Valentin Savitsky, believed war had already begun. Savitsky ordered the launch of their special weapon, a nuclear-tipped torpedo. An attack that would have undoubtedly started World War III. But protocol required the consent of two other officers. The political officer agreed. The third man, second-in-command Vasily Arkhipov, refused. Despite the immense pressure, Arkhipov calmly reasoned with the captain, arguing they were not under attack and that they should surface to await orders. Arkhipov's refusal, his ability to think clearly while a captain was ready to act on flawed information, saved us all. He was the ultimate check on a flawed decision. How do you make a high-stakes decision when you're under immense pressure? Submarine captains use a simple two-part framework. First, they delegate control, not process. This means instead of giving orders, they state the goal, the intent. Second, they build a team of thinkers, not followers. They do this by flipping the script. A crew member doesn't ask for permission, they state their proposed action by saying, "I intend to." This forces them to think through the problem and take ownership. The captain then simply has to approve the well-thought-out intention. This creates a powerful feedback loop of competence and clarity. So, the next time you face a critical choice, don't just ask for advice. Formulate your plan and state your intention. It shifts your mindset from passive to active, from follower to leader. So, how do we bring this framework from the depths of the ocean into our own lives? It comes down to three core principles you can apply to any high-stakes decision. 1. Clearly define commander's intent. Before any complex project or difficult conversation, ask yourself, what is our ultimate goal? What does success look like? Don't define the steps, define the end state. For example, instead of, "I need to find a new job," your intent might be, I want to be in a role that values creativity and has a clear path for growth. This clarity of purpose guides all subsequent actions. 2. Push authority to information. Whether you're leading a team or making a personal decision, consult the experts. If you're deciding on a medical procedure, the surgeon has the information. If you're making a financial investment, the data analyst has the information. Don't just absorb their data. Ask them, what is your intention based on this information? Empower the person with the most knowledge to propose the solution. 3. Practice, I intend to. This is the most practical tool. When facing a big decision with your partner, your boss, or a collaborator, don't just present the problem. Do your research, weigh the options, and come to the table saying, here is the situation. Based on my analysis, I intend to do X because of Y. This shows you've taken ownership and allows for a more productive conversation about your proposed solution, rather than a meandering discussion about the problem. The world of a submarine captain is one of extremes, but the principles they operate by are universal. It's a system built on trust, clarity, and the radical idea that a team of empowered leaders is always stronger than a single all-powerful commander. By embracing this framework, by defining our intent, empowering those with information, and taking ownership of our proposed actions, we can navigate our own high-stakes moments not with panicked reaction, but with deliberate calm and decisive action. That's the path to true growth.